Hey, welcome back. Alright, it's time for part 3. Now, I will say that this mini extreme on the left has been in service for about 6 months, and I'm going to show you something that they certainly don't want you to see. You seeing that? Alright, this is where the poor design really comes into question. When you own a store, what you do at your store is you mop your floors. Now, being that this is on the floor, there's always going to be a little bit of moisture on there. And the same is true over here on this guy. This is a far inferior design for longevity. They don't give a crap how long it's going to last you after it leaves the showroom, because I'm sure that rust is not covered. Well, let's take a look at what proper engineering looks like. Over here we have a proper little winner from Pipeline Games, and they make their mini clothes the same way. You'll notice it's on wheels. Well, why would it be on wheels? Because that's just the better way to design a claw machine so it's not sitting on the floor 24/7. On top of that, this material right here, this is aluminum. It's not steel. This, you'd think maybe that's steel. Nope, that's wood. The whole machine is made out of wood and aluminum where it matters. So instead of rusting to death, you might think it'll blow apart, but just modern wood composite materials just don't do that. So big marks away from the candy machines on that one. I'm sure the Space Warrior is going to be just as terrible in that department. So point to neither one for that. Let's open up the front. Oh, I like this. Alright, we're going to open up the candy machines now. Hold on here a second. Where did I put that goofy key? Ta-da! It was right here the whole time. Let's open this one up. Take a look. Alright, now. Oh, wow. This is a shock right here. Okay. So, obviously up here, we've got our coin doors. Coins on both fall the whole way to the bottom. Oh, ooh, what's this? Oh, coins on this one don't fall all the way to the bottom. It looks like we've got a drawer. Now, is this drawer with a hole so that it falls through? Let's take a look. Oh, so you can pull that plate out, and you can make the coins fall straight through to the bottom, it looks like. Yeah, looks like they'll fall straight down into the bottom if you wish. Yep, so there you go. Well, it would intermingle with the bills. So, this is what I noticed about this one. A lot of times, us operators will be a little bit cheap, and we will cheap out on the dollar bill acceptor. Instead of going with this $200 pyramid stacker, which is actually a really nice stacker, we will go with the cheap stackerless. So the stackerless goes right in this door, and it just spits them out. Normally, it would spit them out onto the ground, but in this case, they actually have a slot built in, an adjustable slot, so you can adjust the height as needed, and the bills will go down here into this drawer. So that's actually far superior design for a mini claw. And let me tell you why. Because when you're buying 10 mini claws, if you buy 10 of these suckers right here, you are going to spend big money. You're going to spend about $2,600 just on stackers. The ones that drop the bill are only $50, so you're going to save about $1,500 going from a stacker to a stackerless. This one is equipped with a proper drop box for a stackerless. In fact, I would leave the quarters there and just use this for your bills. This one has the big quarter bin in the back, which is fine. But I'm just thinking that this is a superior design for that aspect. Now, if you want to use a stacker on this one, that might present an issue. Let's take a look. Yeah, this sucker is welded in. So if you're buying this one, you are not putting a stacker on it, so there's a point away for that. Something I noticed here, they do have it properly labeled DC 12 volts, because they're not expecting you to put a stacker on it anyway, so why would you have more than 12 volts? This will work with the new NIAX adapter that goes from 9-pin to the NIAX back to a 9-pin, and then you could put your dollar bill acceptor here. Alright, well, what about the mount for the NIAX? So right there is the hole that you would mount your NIAX in. And let's see about candy machines. Look at that. There it is. Same place. Same. Wow. This is actually a lot closer than I thought it would be. I thought this was going to be like a joke on the right here with the Space Warriors. In fact, I bought two of them kind of just as a joke. I didn't intend to find any redeeming qualities whatsoever in this Space Warrior, but that's nice. Okay, another door that you can pop open. See there, it's using your standard Chinesium controller board, or the remote board. Nothing fancy there. You got your counters. It does have both a prize counter and a point counter. Let's look over here. This might get a little bit messy, but sometimes I stick the antenna in there. Alright, so looks like we got a different controller. Alright, so this one has a shorter stick on it. It's very clicky. Huh, that's interesting. Give you a minute to look at that. Interesting construction there. And then I also noticed in the back here there's actually some cable holes to run your nice cables through by default. That is nice. I know on the candy machines it did not have that. You actually have to fish them down through this door here and into the back. Wow. Okay, well this is very unexpected. I was not expecting the Space Warrior to be this good. So now I'm kind of taken aback by this. I am going to put this on route and run it. Somebody had requested a cash-only duck claw to go along with one of their giant ones, and we're gonna run it. We're gonna run this on route because I think she'll hold a few hundred ducks. Even though this one does have the deeper prize, well, so you are gonna lose that. But that's not bad. Alright, well, I'm going to boot these two up, take a look at them, get this Space Warrior back out on, well, get it out on route. The other thing I did notice, this one does have 120 volts, so if you are running a 120 volt stacker, the wiring is there. This one is a 12 volt only stacker. So, yeah. Big surprise today. Alright, what would I buy as of right now? I'm going with the Space Warrior. Because when I stick minis out on route, I want cheap. I want a stackerless dollar bill acceptor. This is actually one of the earlier ones that I bought as an operator. This was bought last year sometime in October, so about 6 months ago. But I'm telling you right now, this design in this $250 claw machine is superior in many ways to the actually physically larger. It's about 2 inches wider, 2 inches deeper on the mini Super Crane from candymachines.com. So where's my money going? But I'm lying. If you know me, you know I like pipeline games. And, well, I put my money where my mouth is because I've got 3 alpacas here, plus another one over here, ready to go on route. But the reason I got the Space Warrior was kind of for the LOLs, you know. I kind of wanted to see what it was going to do for me out on route for $450. I don't mind setting it out there with no real prospect. Now, you see the bolts up here on top, so maybe you could put a prize locker on it, I don't know. Comes with the little header that comes up and lights up. Does have a locker box up here on the top. Give you a little look at that. And how big is it? It's 4.5 inches maybe. Alright, thanks for watching.